Hi, this is Sean Henricksen from the Sean Henricksen Law Firm, where we help good people like you avoid the devastating consequences of criminal charges. Today, we're going to be talking a little bit about representing yourself and whether or not it's a good idea to do that. Before we get to that, we do have a free download for you. It's 4 things that you should be doing right now if you've been arrested. You can go down in the notes and click on the link down there, and we will send that right over to you. And if you are being charged with a crime here in San Antonio, feel free to click the other link to schedule a free consultation with you. We'd be happy to discuss your case with you. When you're charged with a crime here in the United States, one of the rights you have is the right to represent yourself in court. If you're being charged with anything more than a ticket, you probably don't want to do it, and we'll get into those reasons in a moment. But if you're just trying to fight a speeding ticket, it may actually not be that bad of an idea to try and fight it yourself. And the reason for that is ultimately there's not that much risk. If you lose at trial, you're only out a couple $100s, and you may have fun actually learning more about this and fighting your own ticket. The courts you'll be in if you're fighting a traffic ticket are also going to be different courts than you would be if you were facing a higher level charge. And those courts may give you a little bit more leniency than those higher level courts would. The other thing is that to pay an attorney to actually come in, prepare for trial, sit through trial for a full day or however long that trial is going to take, it's also going to cost a lot more money to hire an attorney to come in and help you to fight a ticket, have him prepare everything and sit in and represent you at trial. And so you may want to just represent yourself on that traffic ticket, since it's going to cost you more to hire an attorney than it would just to pay the ticket or if you lose at trial. If you're being charged with anything more than a traffic violation or a speeding ticket, it's probably not a good idea to represent yourself. And the reason for that is because you would be held to the same standard as any other attorney is held to. You need to know the rules of evidence, you need to know the rules of criminal procedure, and you need to know how everything works to get in evidence to try and represent yourself. The other important factor is that you probably don't know the judge, you probably don't know the prosecutor, and you don't have the experience of having done previous trials that an attorney that you would hire or that was appointed to you would have. If you are charged with a crime and you're thinking about representing yourself, I encourage you to call some attorneys in your area and talk with them about your case, because the reason that you're probably looking to represent yourself is because the attorney that you have or the attorney that was appointed to you, you probably are not happy with. You aren't comfortable with them being the ones who are going to represent you in court for some reason or another. And if that's the case, then you need to go and talk with some other attorneys to see if you can find somebody to represent you who you do trust is going to fight for you and who you do trust can help you to get a good outcome on your case. If your attorney has been appointed to you, you may want to approach the judge to ask the judge to appoint a different attorney to represent you. Now, you're probably going to need to say more than you don't like this attorney. You're probably going to need to give the judge some substantive reason to give you a different attorney, because you don't have the right to choose your attorney on an appointed case. You just have the right to an attorney in general, and the court is the one who's going to pick that out for you. But if you have an attorney who is not returning your phone calls or not visiting you in jail, or if there's just a breakdown in communication and you and your attorney are so opposed to each other on this case that he's not going to be able to effectively represent you, then that may be a reason for the judge to appoint you a new attorney. Now, like I said before, you're not going to be able to choose the attorney. The judge is going to appoint somebody else to represent you. And you may be in the same situation that you're in right now. If the judge does appoint somebody else to represent you, it's going to be the judge who picks who that next person is going to be. You don't get to pick your attorney when you are having an attorney appointed to represent you. And that attorney may be in the same situation. You may have issues with that attorney also. Ultimately, the only way that you will be able to choose the attorney who's going to represent you is for you to hire an attorney, or perhaps if there's an attorney who will represent you without charging you. There are some attorneys who handle those types of cases. But regardless of what happens, if you are not happy with the attorney that you have, whether that attorney was appointed to you or if you had hired that attorney originally, instead of choosing to represent yourself, it's probably a better idea to go and talk with other attorneys. Just look for an attorney who you can work well with and who you do trust to handle your case and guide you through all of this. If you have any questions about what I've said in this video or representing yourself, or if you are being charged with a crime here in San Antonio, feel free to give me a call. My phone number is 210-942-4997. I'd be happy to sit down and discuss your case with you and answer any questions that you may have. Or you can schedule a free consultation down at the link below. And again, we'd be happy to discuss your case with you. Have a great day.